真空
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the first official one-hit combo podcast. Yes, it is. My name is Koopa, and I'm here with my guys Elvis, and Chris.
Oh no, y'all.
And we're going to talk a little bit of music today. So I guess we'll just go ahead and just want to just jump right into it. Everybody got something to say?
Yeah, whatever y'all got in mind.
All right. Well, I guess
get on.
The first thing we're going to talk about is this whole new release date dropped for the new Kanye album and the two tracks that he's got out. The one with Kendrick
and the other one, it's him and it's Ty Dolla $ign, which is I feel like is a weird. He always has this thing where I never seen, I guess, Kanye with Ty Dolla $ign. I never knew why he's always making music, but he got a couple songs with him. But yeah, this one is with Ty Dolla $ign. He's on like the hook and a couple like ad libs in the background. But yeah, it's him and Ty Dolla $ign, and then the other one is Kendrick and him.
Well, how do y'all feel about Ty Dolla $ign? Because I mean, I've only heard probably like an EP worth of his stuff, so I've never really.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard a couple songs on the radio from him, and that's about it. I mean, but
what does he got on the radio right now?
Well, right now I don't know, but and the funny thing is, honestly, I don't even know.
Like I said, the EP, I listened to it because I did a review of it a while ago, like 2 years ago almost. But like, I don't remember any of the music from it. It was that forgettable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not really too, Damn, what the fuck does he make, dude?
I mean, I'm just not hip. I don't know who he is. I'm not saying his music sucks.
Yeah,
I just don't know about him.
But yeah. So one thing that I was thinking when I first initially heard the first song, the Real Friends joint, the one that we was listening to earlier, is that like, to me, it's a completely different sound than Yeezus was. You know what I mean?
It's complete turn away from that, which to me is really good.
Yeah, I mean, to a lot of people it is. Personally speaking, I was a fan of Yeezus because
me too.
I feel like if you're a Kanye fan, I feel like you still hear bits of Kanye in it. Like, it's still Kanye. Sound is different. What he's rapping about is different. But I feel like it's still Kanye in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, obviously beats different. Yeah. What he's rapping about is obviously different.
Yeah.
But see, here's my thing. Well, like we were saying earlier, how now what Kanye is rapping about is, for lack of better words, rich nigga shit. Rapping, taking private jets to Italy. And working on paintings and shit like that. I feel like, to a certain extent, a lot of rappers, they do that, not to that extent though, where at first they were quote unquote struggle rappers, and then they finally get popping, and then I guess the core audience that you had when you were the struggle rapper, kind of is like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
it's just like, what are we? Where is the shit that we're used to?
Exactly. So but at the same time, I feel like you kind of have to expect that from most rap. Probably not to the extent of Kanye, but most rappers, I feel like, what do you expect? Like, he's living life, he's doing different things.
Yeah, there's gonna be growth. But
exactly.
I understand what you're getting at, but it's just I feel like some people think it was such a drastic change in Kanye. I mean, it was like one album and you're completely away from what you were. Because I would say the sounds from Late Registration to the sounds that are on Graduation are just different. It's a completely different sound for Kanye. Not saying that it was necessarily that bad, because there's only a couple of songs on that album that I really don't rock with. But for the most part, it was a different sound from Kanye than what we were used to. Late Registration and College Dropout, essentially very different albums, but still had the same Kanye-esque sound to it. And that was all the shit and that's the exact same thing with all the shit that he was producing and when he first came out in that whole time frame.
Right.
The shit he produces for Jay-Z, for Scarface, for Beanie Siegel,
the whole rock.
Yeah, the whole Rock Familia, and everyone who took beats from him at that point in time. Like, you could tell it was a Kanye beat when he moved on.
Yeah, that's so true.
When he moved on to his new style with Graduation, it wasn't that you couldn't tell it was a Kanye beat, but it was just like, it wasn't that regular Kanye sound that we were used to. It's like DJ Premier. When DJ Premier came out with Prime, with Royce da 5'9", he still had that same DJ Premier sound, but it was more like an updated version of it because he was still using his sample shit and still had that same scratch sound that he usually has on his records, but it was just more updated and more electronical, more, you know, just it's just more now.
And you know what it is also, like for example, the first song that I remember of, I guess, his new kind of sound for Kanye was Flashing Lights, which was on Graduation.
Yeah.
The flashing lights. Like before, he was more of like the soulful kind of sample. You know what I'm saying?
Like the old school hip hop.
Yeah,
kind of traditional hip hop.
Right, and then, you know, this is the first one with the the little background, little synthesizers and shit. That was the first one that I remember of him using this new, I guess,
kind of like techno-ish.
Yeah, kind of
house.
Yeah. Oh, and also Stronger. That's another song.
Oh yeah, he did pull a techno song for that. So
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely been some growth, more than I would like personally. You know what I mean? But I'm still a fan of Yeezus. I like and I honestly I'm expecting. And not a lot of people aren't expecting too much from this album, I guess, because they might think that he's kind of lost in the sauce per se. He's kind of,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's done for him. But I mean, what do you guys think? You know, what do you?
Man, dude, I mean, he proved everybody wrong with the shoes. You know, he's usually proved people wrong, dog. So
yeah, but as far as sales go, a lot of people clown the shoes though.
Just like they clown his clothing.
Oh,
line.
What you mean?
And the clothing line. The clothing line sells out.
That's what I was about to tell you, dog. Kanye has yet to fail at anything. Well, so for you to say, oh, you know, I think he's lost in the sauce. I mean, dog, he's proven that he's able to, you know, juggle multiple careers. So I mean, I don't see why you.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Would you rock the Yeezy clothing line?
Would I rather?
There's some things that are okay. But for the most part, it looks like a homeless person.
It looked like slave clothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
looks like some shit that was in The Walking Dead.
But that's what I said earlier, though, dog. Kanye, he always do the opposite of what's going on. Whatever's going on at the time, he does the opposite. That's just what he does. You know.
Okay, but let me ask you this: do you feel like?
I wouldn't rock his clothes. Though.
Okay, now let me ask you this: do you feel like?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, dog. Like.
He got a couple fresh.
Yeah, he got a couple things that, you know, that is cool, but I mean, I don't really get the holes, and then like everything's brown and gray
and baggy as hell.
Yeah, like, baggy as hell.
Like just look like.
And it's funny because if you think you look back and like, you know, like what 04, 05, you know, when Kanye came out, you know, with Through the Wall, we first came out, right? Dude, he wasn't doing the baggy clothes.
Yeah, everybody else was wearing jerseys.
Everybody else wearing jerseys, baggy clothes. And he was off
polos with his little Louis Vuitton backpack.
Fitted clothes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is the opposite of what's going on there. That's why I say that he kind of always does the opposite of what's going on. You know what I mean? He kind of tries to make his own. I feel like.
So do you think Kanye is the one that started the craze right now of the skinny jeans and the tight
clothes? Yeah, I mean, that's the first person I remember.
Let me say this. I personally think Kanye was the first one to make it okay to not be a thug, or a gangster
in rap.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like if you, I remember me and you was talking about.
Fiasco's another one.
But he came after Kanye though. So
what about? Remember we were talking about last time? Was it Talib Kweli and shit?
Oh yeah, because when you talk about Talib, you talk about
Mos Def.
You talk about what's the other one? Common. I mean, they're not on the level of, you know, Kanye.
But he was the first major star.
He did kind of come out of that.
Huge, like I would say crossover superstar. Yeah,
that really made it okay, you know, to be, I guess, a regular dude.
Yeah, if you think about it, Kanye was about the conscious rap when he first came out.
He was,
and that's it seems like it was. I mean, that's the same thing that Common was into. That's the same thing Talib was into. Most Def. And if you look across the albums, those are the people he had on his first album.
Early in his career. Yeah,
definitely.
So it's just like his transition into what he is now is just like, that's why I was saying it was such a stark change for everybody, because it's just like you get one side of Kanye and then it's like, bam, okay, I've shown you, you know, the more conscious side, the more beat-driven side right now, you know, the more soulful beat-driven side right now. But let me flip it to something completely that y'all don't know what the fuck is going on. And I mean, I get that because, I mean, that's kind of a thing that people who end up being legends in the field of music, they do. They switch some shit up, they change it up, they change the game, they change how everything is. But at the same time, like, his joint was changed so much that not everyone really bought along with it. I mean, I know people who really stopped fucking with him after the Graduation album.
I do too.
And I stopped fucking with him for a while after he did 808 and Heartbeat, because that joint fucking...
I actually like 808.
I like 808 and Heartbeat.
I like 808. Everyone... See, I feel like... See, it was always like one thing that I hate that everyone loves.
Yeah.
Like, I hated Training Day, the movie. Everybody loves that motherfucker.
Yeah, everybody loves Training.
I hate this album, 808s and Heartbeat, so much because I don't like Autotune. I think Autotune is one of the worst things in the world. I didn't like it back in the day when Blackstreet did it. I mean, it was one of the first times that I remember hearing it back then, but I didn't necessarily like it. I don't listen to T-Pain because of it.
I ain't you know about Autotune before T-Pain.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, look, Autotune has been around for a while, but at the same time, it's just like, do you necessarily need Autotune to make you sing? And if you wanna sing so bad on it, and you know that you can't sing, why the hell don't you just get somebody who can sing well to sing on the damn album for you?
There's something about people who don't know how to sing but know how to harmonize, and it just kind of sounds good.
Yeah, like, and I think Kanye does that.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have. Dude can't sing, right?
But I mean, harmonizing is going with someone, not singing by yourself.
No, you harmonize with the beat. Or you know,
not even with the beat.
Or you can just make your voice harmonize itself.
You know, and honestly, like, here, put it this way: if you were to take 808s and Heartbreak, and you were to take all the autotune off of it, you can probably it's probably safe to say that the vocals on it would sound shitty as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I guess to those who do like the sound, it kind of makes it sound good. You know what I mean? Like, in a way, I guess to you, obviously, you know, you're obviously against autotune, so you disagree with me on that. But
you're probably, do you like R&B at all? Like,
I love R&B. I grew up on R&B.
Oh, see, that makes a big difference though, because you appreciate the singing and the actual vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of R&B. I really could care less if somebody can sing or not. I just like if it sounds good. So I mean, you know, like, there's a little bit of difference. Like, you appreciate that more than somebody who's not into the genre like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly true. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I just like I said, I've told y'all this before. I really just don't like it when rappers are singing on this shit anyway. Yeah. So, like, I mean, if you're gonna be a rapper, go ahead, go out there, rap, do the fucking thing. But don't. The last thing I need is a nigga like Drake who's just rapping and singing all the goddamn time and can't make up his mind what he wants to do. Like, when Drake raps, he fucking raps and he sounds good. Well, I'm just not a fan of him singing. I'm not a fan of anybody singing. I didn't like hardly none of them Ja Rule songs back in the day.
I was about to say this.
Baby girl, put it on, man. No. Like, Ja Rule, like, I mean, you may have fucked up the game, but, like, it's not something that I look for when I'm trying to listen to somebody rap, honestly. Like, if you want to have somebody sing on that joint, just get somebody who can fucking sing and come sing a hook.
You know what's funny? I think I always made a real good point. I feel like the fact that you're a big R&B fan has a lot to do.
Yeah, I do, because you appreciate it.
And I respect that though. Because,
yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you know, I guess you were more in tune with, you know, people hitting the right notes.
Yeah.
And I guess the range of a certain artist. Like, for example, people, especially most people, I guess, who listen to, you know, most mainstream music, they'll say that Drake can sing. But in all honesty, I don't think Drake can sing.
Drake is not a great singer, no.
I think
Drake can carry a tune.
Yeah, I think he has a nice voice, but I don't think he could sing per se. Like, he doesn't have a range at all.
Agreed.
Like, not even a little bit.
Agreed.
And, you know, you can argue that all his songs are in the same tune, more or less.
Mm-hmm, pretty much, yeah.
So it's like, I mean, yeah, he sounds good, but I wouldn't say
it's because he doesn't go outside of the range that he knows he sounds good.
Exactly. Yeah. So and again,
but see, your average person, I feel like, wouldn't know that.
Not necessarily your average person, but I feel like,
just your average person that really who really doesn't care about R&B like that, or about singing, or about a person having a voice.
Now, would you say that most people now are your average? Most people who listen to music now don't give a fuck. Right, as long as it sounds good, you think that that's
absolutely. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's the problem. That's the problem that I have.
That's what it's all about.
Like, I don't understand why the song can't sound good and the artist can't sound good performing the song. Like, that makes no sense. But I swear to God, it's really just like a generational or a time thing when it comes to music, because I literally grew up in a time where you legitly had to be the shit in whatever field it was that you were doing to be put on. Like, if you were a fucking singer, you see the fucking singers that came out of my generation, fucking Mariah Carey, Monica, fucking Whitney Houston. Like, fucking these bitches have vocals. Like, you listen to dudes that have vocals. You got John B, Babyface, Jaheim. I mean, all these niggas can sing like shit. And then you come to the niggas now.
Would you compare that to now, though?
Who can you compare it to now? The niggas, most of the niggas that are out here that say that they do R&B don't really do R&B.
Like who? I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. Like who's a?
All right, I'm gonna say Chris Brown.
What about
because Chris Brown is not R&B whatsoever.
Really?
At all. Chris Brown is pop. Chris Brown is a fucking pop star.
I would say.
I see what you mean.
Chris Brown is definitely more of a pop.
I guess I can see why you say that.
Like anybody that you can probably name right now that is listed as an R&B artist is more than likely.
But the Bama can sing though.
He can barely. No. Okay, my problem with Chris Brown.
I think Chris Brown is a little overrated.
My thing, I agree with you because Chris Brown sings like an adolescent child talks. Like, it's just high and it's like falsetto, and to me, a lot of the time sounds forced.
What about Usher?
Usher can sing. He can sing high. He can sing low. Usher's one of my favorite singers.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I have absolutely no problem with Usher because I know that nigga has actual talent. Not only can he sing, he can fucking dance. So like, he has the abilities, and there's nothing that I can really say against that. But I mean, I can't even think of it because most of these microwavable ass niggas right now, I can't think of who are fucking male singers right now. Yeah, technically, I don't.
Usher was probably the last big one I could think of.
Yeah, you got Chris Brown right now. You got Usher. You got
Trey Songz.
Trey Songz, who's also a pop star. Who else? I mean, I don't even know these cats. I don't listen to them that much. Like, I listen to what they do, and then it's just like I kind of just put them off into the side. Actually, I will say Trey Songz is more R&B than he is pop, but at the same time,
most of his hits. Because here's the thing: most of Chris Brown's hits, like if you think about the last, I guess this would be the last Chris Brown hit was "These Hoes Ain't Loyal." Mm-hmm. That's more of like a popish kind of
popish hip hop combo.
Yeah. So it's not really an R&B type of song right there, and a lot of his hits are, I guess, popish kind of songs. And you could say, I guess, Trey's songs are more on the R&B side.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I mean, like I said, I honestly, off the top of my head right now, I can't even think of these niggas. Like, back in the day, I used to be able to come up with at least a 10 list off the top of my head of who was like just had banging ass voices. Right now, I can't think of it. I mean, you got that one chick, what's her name, that came out, Tinashe.
Oh yeah, Tinashe.
And she was supposed to be like the new. I was assuming she was supposed to be billed as like the new Aaliyah type thing, and she turned out to just be a little pop disaster.
She's bad as shit, though, I'm not gonna lie.
She is bad. I mean, I'm not taking that away from her at all. And then you've got, what's her face? Little Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah.
That little one. Like, and she's definitely pop star. She's not R&B whatsoever, so. I mean, I take it, like I said, I listen to a lot of stuff. I take a lot of shit with a grain of salt. Right. I understand that it's not going to stand up to a lot of what I think that genre of music should be. Yeah. And I mean, I accept it for the most part. It doesn't mean I have to like it.
I mean, everybody got different opinions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like what they like.
I mean, exactly. Shit. But
I guess back to the Kanye album. What do you
sidetrack?
Yeah. What are you guys expecting from it? Like, how do you like not necessarily what sound you're expecting from it, but do you personally think? I guess you, Cooper, since you've heard the last two songs, "Real Friends" and "No More Parties in LA." From what you heard, and you, Elvis, I guess just in general.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna like it?
I guess I think so. Right. I'm thinking back on what his last three albums was, which were
it was Jesus, My Black Dark Twisted Fantasy.
But I haven't heard that album, dude. I don't know how.
That one was actually pretty good.
I think that's one of his most critically acclaimed albums.
Yeah. Before that, it was Watch the Throne.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right. True.
So, are
we going to count Watch the Throne since that was with Jay-Z, or should we just count his own single shit?
Well, I mean, I don't know how much of Watch the Throne he produced. I'm pretty sure he didn't produce all of it, but
because this is what I'm thinking, right? Like I haven't heard My Dark Twisted Fantasy, right? Heard Watch the Throne over and over again. Heard Yeezus over and over again. 2 completely, totally different albums, right? Love both of them, right? Which tells me that he's very diverse. He comes with different styles. So whatever he puts out, I pretty much think I'm gonna like it, right? Same thing, I like 808 as well. 808, Watch the Throne, Yeezus, 3 completely, totally different albums. Love all of them, right? So I mean, he's yet to put out something that I don't rock with. So I mean, if I don't rock with the album, I'll be pretty surprised.
What you think?
I'm really not sure what to think of it, because I mean, the 2 songs sound different, just in themselves, right, like between the 2 of them. And going off of like my fact that I didn't like Yeezus at all, I just thought it was pretty much a clusterfuck.
Right.
And I really did like My Dark Twisted Fantasy, and I mean, Watch the Throne was cool. It wasn't anything spectacular to me. And if you want to go back one more, that would be, I guess, 808s.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like that album. So if we're going on the continuum of my reactions to Kanye albums, this might be a miss album for me. But again, like, if it's going to sound more like the joint with Kendrick, which I believe was the No More Parties in LA.
No More Parties in LA.
I can kind of get behind that, because that song was a little more lyrical. And I feel like I hadn't heard Kanye really spit like that in a while.
That's one thing, honestly, that kind of caught me off guard. When I first heard Kanye and Kendrick, I was thinking, oh shit, Kendrick isn't gonna get on no little bullshit, shit. He's gonna spit. And this is honestly the first time you could probably even say since Watch the Throne that Kanye's actually spit like a good verse where you're like, you know what, that's pretty.
Yeah, and actually,
because he was spitting on Watch the Throne. I was about to say.
Yeah, he did.
I was like, you know what, Dark Twisted Fantasy, not so much. 808s obviously wasn't a lyrical album. I guess Graduation would be the last one.
Yeah.
Even though My Dark Twisted Fantasy, he had a couple songs in there where you could say
he did. He really did.
But yeah, long story short, it's been a long time since I heard Kanye really, lay down some bars and shit. So I'm thinking,
In fact, I was actually surprised. I mean, I've only heard the song one time.
Yeah, no, this is actually only my second time.
I think Kanye actually topped Kendrick.
Yeah, he did.
For the best verse on that.
No. Honestly, it's
that.
crazy because I was I was on Twitter the other day. This is before I even heard the song, and then it was a meme of I think a weird face that said, "The look on your face when Kendrick actually has a better verse than." I'm sorry, Kanye has a better verse than Kendrick. I'm like, what the fuck? Nah, this can't be. This cannot be, dog.
From that verse I heard, man, Kanye was on point.
Yeah, no, he came correct. But honestly, like I was saying, I like Yeezus. I like 808s. I personally like almost everything that man's put out.
That's what I'm
aside
saying.
from his clothing line.
I would really like to know this little wizardy witchcraft spell he done put on y'all niggas when that fucking Yeezus album came out. Cause that joint was
I'm not gonna lie.
garbage.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard Yeezus,
it took time.
No, look, cause look, the first song on Yeezus is On Sight, which
I don't rock with.
Was that the one he was screaming?
That's Black Skinhead.
Yeah,
but that's the second. Yeah. No, look. So the first song, it starts off with a bunch of distorted sound, right? And I'm just like, at first I thought, cause I downloaded the leak.
Yeah.
so look, when I first downloaded the leak, I'm thinking somebody got me.
Yeah.
Nah, this ain't the shit.
That's the first thing I thought.
And because the beat is like, it sounds like it literally sounds like somebody was like just playing on a keyboard, just fucking around. And I'm like, oh, somebody put some bullshit in this joint. And then I hear Yeezus, Easy Season, no approach, and fuck whatever. I was like, what the fuck,
man? But see, I feel like that's Kanye's thing, dog. Like, I feel like Kanye, right? He'd be like he sits back, with his homies and shit. And he'd be like, look, man, I bet you I'm gonna have everybody wearing skinny jeans, right? And then a couple years later, everybody wearing skinny jeans, right? And then he go back to his homies. He's like, yo, I'm gonna have everybody dressing like they part of The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? And then he just sit back and laugh about this shit. That's what he do, dog. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the music, dog. He's like, yo, I'm gonna put out this garbage ass track, dog. And everybody gonna rock with it. Bet. And then that's what happens, dog. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm one of the people that rock with it. And who knows, dog? I might be walking around like a zombie next week too. I might be walking around looking like a zombie.
Oh God, not me. Jesus Christ, that jank. I couldn't believe that fucking shit when that came out. But you know, he's Kanye, and he's gonna do what the fuck Kanye does.
And I guess that kind of leads into the next thing we want to talk about.
Taking L's?
Huh?
We're gonna talk about taking L's?
Oh, we'll talk about taking L's a little bit, but what I was gonna say was
I didn't know if y'all was ready.
What I was gonna say was, for example, the Yeezy's line, the Yeezy clothing line or whatever, is selling out. And let's be real, like we were talking about earlier, that shit looks like, you know, you fucking played a full game of football and went home and your mom was talking shit about how dirty your shit is.
If I was a little kid and I came home like that, I would get my ass whooped.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom would be like, "Dog, what'd you do to your clothes?"
Yeah, exactly.
You spent money on this?
Here's the thing. That shit's selling out. So that leads into my next thing. Do you feel like, I guess, rap music, even though obviously it's an impressionable thing on youth, especially urban youth.
Yeah.
No, like, do you feel like with rappers, I guess, like, for example, Future, who like we were saying earlier, they're now rapping about being the junkie instead of the drug dealer. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like there's some kind of, I guess, agenda behind it, possibly? You know, and I'll be honest with y'all. Before I even give my opinion on it, I hate conspiracy theories. Like, I'm one of the people, I think everything is, well, there are some things that are, I guess, more to it, but for the most part, I like to look at everything as black and white. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to think about the whole gray area of shit, even though I'm sure there is some gray areas to some shit. But do you feel like this is probably like some kind of, I guess you could say, agenda behind it? Like, you know what I mean?
Like the man going against underprivileged youth, or the youth or minority youth really that pay attention to mostly.
I guess for the most part, you know, like
I'm not. I mean, like yourself, I'm not really one for conspiracy theories, but I mean, I really wouldn't put it past them, because I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that some shit has been brought out like that. Especially, I mean, it could, like, I'm not saying that it's real. I'm not saying that it's not. But at the same time, these young cats, they do go out and they follow. Because, like, they follow the people that they admire more so now than we ever did when we were younger, because they have more access to
social media. Yeah, anytime, you know, especially Snapchat now. You can you're like, you know, DJ Khaled. Anything, he's fucking the man of the hour now because of fucking Snapchat.
Somebody need to take his phone.
Yeah. I'm telling you, please.
It's funny though, right? Because both of y'all just said that y'all not conspiracy theorists, right? I actually am a conspiracy theorist. I believe just about a conspiracy that I hear, and this is one that I don't think there's any. I don't think there's nothing behind it. I truly just believe that the man loves to fucking get hot. That's just what I believe. I just believe that he likes to do it, and that's the type of music he puts out.
Now, let me ask you this though.
I heard him say that that's not what he's about, but like I said earlier, I just think that's a bunch of bullshit. I just think he just saying that shit to show face. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like you said, like I said earlier, you know, he's trying to get time with his baby. You know, Sierra trying to dog him. Mm-hmm. He can't be up in court. You know what I mean? All she gotta do is put in his tape. Be like, look, dude, you really want this dude to be taking care of my kid? Nah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I just think he's, you know, trying to make himself not seem so bad. You know what I mean? Like, nah, this ain't really me. You know, even though it really is. Like, I mean, that's what the fuck I would do.
But see, even then, because in an interview, which honestly I think it's like one of them weird interviews where, because it was done in I think it was done in Paris. It wasn't it wasn't in America. And I actually seen the video on.
It was like an hour-long interview, right? I didn't see the joint, but I saw the.
And like, it's crazy. I think y'all should watch it. It's pretty like in-depth interview. Like, I had never heard Future talk as much. You know what I'm saying? Usually he'll give like a little short.
I'm about to say that shit, but when you look at his other interviews, he usually looks like he's pretty murk.
Yeah,
you know,
probably is shit.
And I mean, so. That just leads me to believe that really is just who he is.
I don't know. I mean, as much as the rappers from back in the day and all the other niggas, you know, they thought they were all hard and all doing this and that. I mean, we never really believed that too many of them were actually doing the shit that they said. So, I mean, it could just be all a front, because, I mean, it wouldn't... If it was a front, it's not like he'd be the first rapper who was definitely not living the life that he was rapping about. But at the same time, like if he is rapping the life that he raps about, I honestly feel sorry for the nigga.
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of
he's happy as hell.
I mean, he's happy as hell, but I mean, like,
here's the thing.
What are you really doing? Like,
it's funny because there's this whole little thing like on Twitter where everybody's saying like y'all rocking to a lot of Twitter songs, to Future songs. But y'all don't realize this nigga's fucking depressed as fuck and is crying for help.
Yeah, no bull.
and if you think about it, like if you listen to a lot of his music, like every now and then you'll hear a couple songs where you're like, dog, this nigga sounds like he's crying out for help. Like,
man, but I mean, I just be looking at his art, dog. I mean, I'm a big Nirvana fan, dog. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, is it? I guess the music's depressing, but is that really what it is? Like, I don't know. But then again, that's probably a bad example because Kurt Cobain did end up murking himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a bad example.
I was just about to say that. Like, you're talking about the band who murked himself.
So we got what more? 2 or 3 more years of Future? Is that why this nigga's releasing all his music now?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And it's funny. It's actually funny you say that shit about him. Because he just released a mixtape this
Purple Rain,
which in my opinion is fucking fuego. Motherfuckers need to listen to that shit. I know Cooper might not fuck with it too much. Elvis,
I fuck with Future.
But so he released this is actually his first project that he's released in 2016.
Yeah.
Wasted very little time, as you guys can see. It's only the middle of January.
The first of like 8.
Yeah, so he really said he's releasing 8 projects this year.
No bullshit. Hey, that's you on the head?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, man.
Because he's Future. How many tracks are on this thing?
13.
13?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
But look,
it's not 8.
So how do y'all feel about, like, it's crazy because I feel like the reason why this happens a lot is just the artist's ability to reach out to all his fans as, like, with social media and shit. I feel like that plays a big role on the reason why a lot of rappers are doing this shit, which is releasing endless amounts of music. Just and you usually see it, I guess, a lot in trap music. More
dude. You know, I mean, you're absolutely right about that. It's definitely social media because you could put out a song any moment and reach hundreds, if not thousands of people.
Millions.
You know,
but at the same time, you're super saturating the market.
Oh yeah, that's actually exactly.
And you're not letting people miss you.
Exactly what I was about to get to.
Because I want to say I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean it kind of does go along. I mean, look at I want to put like Adele. She's not a fucking trap star, obviously, but Adele didn't do shit for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And then she came out with one album and slayed everyone, killed everybody. All the motherfuckers that are in fucking forced Rihanna. Rihanna was like, you know what, bitch? Like, this bitch is coming out with an album. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and push my shit back. I don't know when it's coming out, y'all, but it's coming out
like
sometime.
That Rihanna album probably been done for a while.
It probably has been, and she was just like, nope, I'm not fucking with Adele. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and give her 6 months.
Yeah. Nah, and I definitely agree with that, and that's one of those things where, like I was saying earlier, it's almost like, because a lot of people fail to realize that a lot of these artists, when they make CDs or even mixtapes, a lot of songs that they make never get put out.
That's true. That's true. A lot of artists, probably every genre.
It seems like every artist record, you know, the shit that he records, as soon as he finishes the recording, he's like, fuck it, let's put it out. Let's not even, who cares? You know?
And it's just too much. It's just like, it's like how many? It's like, okay, you could listen to your favorite artist back in the day. You know, they'd have like 3 or 4 years before they came out with a new CD. So you're bumping this CD, this CD intimately
exactly
for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then he comes out with some new shit, and you're like, okay, this is about to be fire. It is fire because they've taken their time with it. They've crafted the fuck out of it. They've got everything how they want to say it. They've dotted every T or every I and crossed every T. Like, to me, like, when you take that actual time to put it in there, you're going to have a way better outcome than if you're just pushing out 3 or 4 fucking mixtapes in a year and then you're going to put out an album in the middle of that. I mean, where is the actual soul in that music? Where is the time put into that? Like, where is the actual creation of art? If to me, it just feels like, okay, we're just going to slap a bunch of shit together. All right, that sounds good. They'll bump this in the club, blah, 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 put it out.
And to me, it's not just that, but I guess as a listener, it's almost like you don't really appreciate.
I was right about it. That's what I was trying to say this whole time. That
you don't really like for example, right?
Let's just say songs get lost within all the music.
And they could be good. They could be good songs.
Really good songs will get lost.
For example,
and then
let me say for example, right now, What a Time to Be Alive came out less than 5 months ago, definitely. Right? Would you say it was like?
Yeah.
Probably like October,
3 or 4 months.
Was that
ago,
October?
It was like September, October, something.
Okay,
like that.
so yeah, like let's say max 3-4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now this joint came out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. First of all, I'm not even listening to Dirty Sprite 2 anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not.
true.
I'm a Future fan. I'm not even listening to Dirty Sprite 2 anymore. What I was strictly listening to was What Time to Be Alive. Now, all I'm probably gonna be listening to is Purple Rain. Now, you can arguably say, like, I fuck with What Time to Be Alive, and I think a lot of songs, it kind of it shortens the lifespan of an album. You know what I'm saying? Like like you said, they get lost. Like you kind of forget about them.
But that's the difference between like, you know, hip hop and like, I guess, you know, you mentioned Adele. Adele's. I mean,
I only mentioned Adele just to talk about taking time to craft music.
I know, but that's what I was getting to. Where like the type of music it is, I kind of feel like you kind of have to stay relevant. You know what I mean? Like, for example, right, talking about, you know, like Wayne. I haven't put out no music in a while, right? I mean, is he really about to come back with a banger? Like, can he really capture people like how he did before? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like most.
But to answer your question, I say no. But I feel like the reason because of that is because a lot of shit that he's been putting out is lackluster.
Yeah.
Okay. But
the sheer amount of stuff that he's put out in the last 10 years is just like. It's way too much to sift through to even begin to be like, all right, well, let me see if I can find the best joints in here. You're going to be taking forever. I mean, it's just like, why doesn't he just wait until he has an incredible, like he has all this stuff, right? Take all your best shit and put it out.
Yeah.
I've never really understood. I mean, I understand the purpose of a mixtape. And the purpose of a mixtape is to wet the whistle for the listener of that artist for when the actual album comes out. But I mean, if people are essentially sending mixtapes out now that are full albums. They're not just rhyming over other people's beats anymore and just saying some random hot fire shit. They're actually creating full bodies of work. And if you're going to take the time to create a full body of work, why not take the time to create a good full body of work? That's all I'm trying to say.
It's Lil B.
And I'm not even saying that it can't be a good trap record, because there is good trap records.
Lil Wayne, I would say Lil Wayne was probably one of the first ones to release a ridiculous amount of music.
I said Lil B.
Oh, Lil Wayne was before that.
You think Lil Wayne did that shit before that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
because Lil B was releasing like albums every month.
The funny thing is that Lil B actually just released a mixtape, a 64-song mixtape.
See, that's ridiculous.
You know what's funny, dude? I was actually listening to some old Lil B, and I was like, dog, I remember why I used to rock with this nigga.
Yeah.
I'm God, and you know that's my joint, dude.
I've never actually listened to Lil B, so I really don't.
I mean, like I would. Just don't listen to him. Just don't listen to Lil B.
Just slam it.
Don't even Based off of everything we've talked about today, I would say don't listen to him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. I'm gonna save you the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll be a good segue into one of the things that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
One of the things I want to talk about is something that's been actually heavily talked about in the music community, probably for the last 4 or 5 months now. And that's because I guess it was Billboard or whoever it was decided to release that top 10 greatest rappers of all time list.
Oh, word, I ain't.
And everyone knows that list was pretty much hot garbage.
Can y'all run the top 5 for me?
Yeah, I'm actually going to pull it up right now.
I do know that Pac wasn't on it, but Kendrick was on it.
Whoa.
Lauryn Hill was on it.
Oh, yeah, Lauryn Hill. No.
Okay, I agree with Lauryn Hill being on that. I don't know about rapper. To me, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, she's nice.
Lauryn Hill is dog. Lauryn Hill has some of my favorite songs from Lauryn Hill, dog.
But I would say most of my favorite songs aren't her rapping.
Yeah, they're not. They're her singing.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. I mean, most of the people don't even know most of the songs that she had when she was rapping with the Fugees. Yeah. And I mean, everything that they do know from the Fugees comes from The Score, which was the Fugees' second album. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know all of the all of the songs that from that first album like that. But I mean, she does have some bangers with the fucking Fugees where she goes in. Now, I have this list up here, and it is Billboard's top 10 rappers of all time. So, starting off with number 10, if I can stop clicking on Pinterest, is Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, I can see that.
I can see why you would.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see them at 10. Yeah, at least they didn't make them 3 or something.
Number 9 is Kendrick.
I gotta see who else is in there.
I think it might be a little too early to put Kendrick in the top 10.
Definitely.
I agree with that. Number 8 is Ghostface Killer.
Wow. Really? I wouldn't put him on that list.
I would put him on that list.
Look, I like Ghostface Killer, dog.
We can discuss all of these.
He's not top 10, homie.
Lauryn Hill is number 7.
Yeah. Again, I don't think she belongs on the list, even though she's amazing. I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Andre 3000 is number 6.
Wow. Who made this?
Billboard. Nas is number 5.
Again, I'm not a fan of Nas, but I can see why you would put him on there.
Rakim is number 4.
Okay.
Don't know too much of his music, but I know who he is.
It's kind of before you guys. Eminem is number 3.
I can see why he's on that list.
You gotta put Eminem on there.
Jigga Man Jay-Z is number 2.
Jay-Z on there. Who's number 1?
Numero uno is the notorious B.I.G.
All right, now let me ask y'all this, right? And this is, I feel like this is kind of like one of them things where.
What would Biggie and Tupac be if they weren't dead?
One of those type of questions?
Yeah, kind of.
They would be Snoop.
Right.
And there's some Bamas.
My thing is, do you honestly feel like with the amount of music or with the songs that they put out when they were alive, that, let's say for example, Biggie deserves to be number 1 on the list?
Not at all. Not number 1.
I don't think, honestly,
I think Pac should be up there. Pac has way more music, and
Pac has way more music. That is true.
And Pac is way more diverse. Like to me, Biggie was, he was a storyteller, and that's cool, but like to me, Pac was just more real in his music. I don't know.
So Pac was essentially a storyteller also.
Not so much. I feel like Pac was more of a he told you what he went through. You know what I mean? Like with Biggie,
Would that not be a storyteller?
Nah. I feel like Biggie, like storytelling is like Biggie paints pictures. Me and my bitch. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a whole scenario of something going on, and at the end, this girl dies. You know what I mean? It's almost like a movie. Like you're watching a movie, but he's just putting it out in words.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't feel like Pac really did that like that. Pac was more like a, like talking about his experiences in his past, how he wants to, the problems, more of his views, more like just talking, more like the Biggie was more like a storyteller, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like painting movies and shit, painting pictures and shit.
Got you. But I guess we all do agree that Pac should be on this list.
Pac should definitely. In my opinion, I think Pac should be number 1.
Honestly, I don't think Biggie should be number 1. I
don't think Pac should be number 1 either, personally.
Yeah. So who would you put number 1?
I put Nas number 1.
And you know what's funny to me, right? Like, honestly, I hate these lists because to me, I've always said this shit, dog. To me, music is like fucking food. You can't you can't tell somebody.
You're right.
Like if you ask me what my favorite food is, and I tell you pizza, you can't be like, why the fuck did you put pizza up there?
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's my favorite fucking food.
True.
Has nothing. Like you see what I'm saying? Same thing with this. Same thing with music. Like
very
to me,
subjective.
I could have like if I really sat down and thought about it, I'm pretty sure most of the artists that I put on the list, most niggas would be like, well, the fuck are you talking about, dog? Like, but that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? And that's again, like for example, you said you would put Nas on your list. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Nas at all.
Me neither. Yeah. The funny thing is, Nas wouldn't make my list right, but Cam probably would.
But have you listened to any of Nas?
Yeah, I've listened to all of Nas music. I actually used to be a big Nas music fan, right? But then like that shit started putting me to sleep, and and I was like, yeah, I need something a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But see, that's the thing. Like when it comes, like what do you mean? Like when people put out these lists of top 10 rappers of all time, what do you, as far as what goes? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as the quality of the lyrics, as far as how big they were.
I mean, dog, the list had Andre 3000 in the joint, dog.
No, don't sleep on Andre 3000.
Andre 3000 is nice, but at the same time,
top 10.
I wouldn't have him in my top 10. I mean, he would be very close in my top 10. But I mean, I would have people in my top 10 like Black Thought. I would definitely have Black Thought over Andre 3000 in my top 10. I would have Jadakiss over Kendrick Lamar.
They left out the whole lot.
Yeah, I'd have Big Daddy Kane in that joint over Lauryn Hill. I mean, there's just, I could think of a couple of other people. I mean, this list to me is like, I mean, I'm with you. I think Kendrick has the makings to be one of the greatest rappers of all time, but he's only had 2 albums out. Well, he's technically at 3, but 2 mainstream albums out.
2 major albums.
Yeah, and it's just like with Big, like, yeah, one of the greatest rappers of all time, but at the same time, 2 major albums were out when he passed.
I don't think
so. There's no way that he can be one of the best because he didn't have enough music. Pac, I don't know if you can say that he had enough music at the time that he died, because I think at the time he died, he only had 4 albums.
Nah, but Pac has stupid amounts of music. Dog.
Yeah, but he had a stupid amount of music that was released after he died. He had music that was released 15 years after he died.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't count all of that because he's already dead.
Yeah, but you can still count it. I mean, it's still music he made.
I don't know. But, I mean, also one of the things with Pac that I remember also not liking about him is that this man uses a lot of the same lyrics and just switches them up and says things in a little bit different ways in different songs.
He definitely had his
own. So you could have 4 or 5 songs of Pac and him saying one of the same lines in every one of those songs.
You know, it's actually crazy you bring that up because I remember a long time ago. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be one of them dudes. I used to hate on Lil Wayne just because I wanted people. I
hated on him because he was hot garbage when he first came out.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, right? Like, and this is kind of gearing off topic a little bit, but it kind of goes with this. Like, for example, one of the reasons I hate LeBron James is because I hate LeBron James fans. That's really what I hate. I don't hate LeBron James. I think he's a fucking beast, but I hate LeBron James fans. And same thing with let's say at that point, Lil Wayne. I hated Lil Wayne fans because to me, a lot of them were just dick riders. Like everything this nigga put out was automatically flames. You know what I'm saying? According to everybody else, but what the fuck was that? Damn, I just
spaced on your own shit.
Fans. What the fuck was I saying?
Lil Wayne fans.
You
think everything is fire?
You talking about Meek Mill the 50 Cent?
Goddamn, man.
Mika.
Shit.
First point already forgotten on the podcast.
And
bonus points to Chris.
I would blame something, but I'm not gonna put myself out there like that.
Man, look. When you go back and listen to it, you'll remember.
Yeah, no,
of course.
Shit. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. If we was talking about the whole top 10 thing.
Yeah.
And what was your last point? Because it has something to do with that. What the fuck?
Shit, you asking me to recall some shit now. My last point was the repetitive use of Pac's lyrics in different songs.
Oh yeah, damn. There we go. I'm back.
There you go.
So I was looking up this video, right? Just so I don't forget now. I was looking up this video, and there was like a 10-minute video of Wayne songs that he used other rappers. Like, you know, like, like let's just say for argument's sake.
They did that to Cam too.
No, but here's the thing: everybody does that.
Yeah, everybody does that. Yeah.
Every fucking rapper does that. Like every single, like it's almost kind of hard to be original, kind of now, because like, and it won't be a whole verse, even though Lil Wayne.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Was Lil Wayne using other people's lyrics, or was he just reusing his own lyrics?
No, other people's.
Well, see, that's the other thing I'm talking about. Like Pac was recycling his own lyrics.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was his own lyrics that he came up with. He just used them in a bunch of different songs and spun them in different ways so that you couldn't... Like, you had to really be listening to, like, damn, didn't he just say this in Thug's Mansion? Or, damn, didn't he just say this in Dear Mama? Like, some shit like that, you know? Like, so, that, I mean, that's the one thing that... I mean, as great as a rapper as he was, and I'm not going to say that Pac was not a great rapper because he was a phenomenal rapper.
Right.
But at the same time, like... You
like,
use a lot of your.
I feel like you said they'll never take me alive like 50 million times.
Yes.
Getting high with my 4-5. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, you're right.
If you think Pac, that's the first thing I think.
Yeah, you're right. Like shit.
That's the first thing I think. But shit. So I think we can all agree that top 10 list is
because I just like Kendrick. Honestly, Lauryn Hill don't have enough material to be considered top 5 or top 10.
Lauryn Hill, even the material that she does have, I'd say, I personally like her for her singing.
And one of the things I want to know is, are you really just like, are you going to equate everything that the person does as a group, or does it have to be solo shit? Because 90% of the people on the list were solo artists, and then you've got Lauryn Hill, who's in there for her ability, which is most, if you're talking about rap, mostly came with the Fugees. Yeah. Most of her solo shit was singing. Same thing with Andre. Andre's entire discography, except for the Love Below, was with Big Boy. as Outkast. Right. So I mean, do you really want to count that? It's just like, do you really count your album sales as a single artist and then your album sales as a group artist if you were in a group first? Like, can you really count that together? Like, to me, that kind of works the same way. But so that's one of the main reasons why I wouldn't have taken him. I wouldn't have put him in there. Now I would have put Black Thought. He may be a part of the Roots, but he's the only vocal member of the Roots. Like the rest of them are instrumental. So to me, he is the voice of the Roots.
Yeah. For sure.
Now, who else is on this list? Let me go back and look at this joint real quick. I definitely wouldn't have Biggie up there on number 1. I wouldn't have Jay up there on number 1. Personally, I mean, I've listened to enough Eminem to probably
I think Eminem deserves to be somewhat close to the.
I think he's a top. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He's one of those guys that, like, to me, I think he's a vicious rapper. I just personally don't like his music.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm not a fan of his music.
I'm just not.
But the dude around, like,
vicious. I think personally he deserves to be in any top 5 list. But like I said, personally, like you won't catch me in my car listening to some Eminem. You know what I'm saying? But I will acknowledge the fact that he's a fucking beast.
Now I'll go in on Rakim because I know neither one of y'all probably have listened to Rakim album at all.
I've heard him before.
But Rakim is a fucking monster. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some shit so y'all niggas can do some homework. Cause I have a lot of shit to show y'all. But Rakim definitely deserves to be on that list. Nas deserves to be on that list. Who else? Now we said we can get rid of Andre, we can get rid of Lauren. Now we're gonna go ahead and debate this one because y'all said that y'all don't think Ghostface needs to be on this joint, but honestly, Ghostface is probably one of the best, most consistent rappers out right now. And what I'm talking about, not only best as in vocal, like rhyme skill wise, but I'm talking about consistent as in this nigga's been releasing albums consistently since like 1994.
I'm be honest, I did not know that. Like, in my opinion, right, if I had to pick anybody from the Wu-Tang Clan, I'd probably pick Meth.
So then you haven't heard any old Ghostface, I'm assuming.
Oh, I have. I've heard a lot of Ghostface.
Okay.
And I like this. I like Supreme Clientele. I remember his other joint. That's the only joint I can remember off the top of my head. I like that album.
Take you back to Iron Man, Fish Scale.
But I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know.
What are your thoughts on this, Chris?
Now, again, personally, I guess my opinion may be different in a way because I grew up in a different era than y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest here.
Let me see. We grew up in the same era, but we obviously have like miles apart difference in taste.
But even then, that being said, y'all was still more, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely heard Ghostface. I've heard his albums. I remember. I remember something about picking roaches out of cereal box or something. I remember that. You know what I mean?
Like put it this way. Now here's what I want to say with all this. Like, if I hear a song with Ghostface on it, I don't know it's Ghost because he has I would say a very
or Action Bronson.
Yeah, that's true. But if you hear nigga a couple times, you know it's Ghostface.
Oh, yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, I couldn't name a Ghostface song to you. So I guess in a way. But here's the thing, I've never really been like, I want to listen to some Ghostface. Maybe I'll fuck with it. You see what I'm saying? So I guess, but then again, I feel like me being brought up in a different era, I guess you could say, might, like, I guess, change things up. Like, to me, and I know this might sound crazy to y'all, but I would put 50 Cent over Ghostface Killer on this list.
Oh shit, dog! I forgot about 50, dog.
My heart right there.
You kind of have to put 50 in there.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's only off of the strength of the first album. That's all.
But then that takes him out. I mean,
no, I wouldn't.
That takes him out of the qualification.
No. Here's the thing. Here's my thing. And you know what's crazy? To me personally, I feel like 50 Cent was the first nigga in all of fucking rap that really became this elite guy as a hit maker. I think he was the first one to do that shit. He was the first one to really become... Dog, there was a time where 50 was untouchable.
Yeah, that's very true.
This nigga... Like, if
for like a good 4 years.
If your song had 50 on it...
How many people did that shit before him, though, dog?
Who?
Well, Ja Rule was doing that before him.
Yo, there was that like 2-year span that Busta Rhymes was on everybody's shit.
Busta Rhymes was making not like 50, dog. Not like 50, because I guarantee you, as much as 50 wants to fake that he's bankrupt, that nigga definitely has way more bread than both of them probably combined.
Oh, you know he does. He only did that shit so he can get out of whatever charge it was that he was getting.
So, but like I was saying, but that just goes back to what I was saying, where I'm sure you disagree with me on that, but and I don't know how you feel about the others with me putting 50 over Ghostface on there, but
no, I'm putting 50 in there. I'm putting 50 in there just because of the way he came into the industry. I don't know if you know this or not, but like he before he actually blew up, before he started that whole beef with Ja Rule and all that, he had a song called I think it was like To Rob the Industry or something like that, right? So like to me that was just something real unique. You know what I mean? I think he took a real unique approach to getting known, and which was pretty much I'm gonna shit on everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he came into the game as the bully.
Yeah, the bully. And I mean, that's kind of what he's still doing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing to me.
Tactics don't change.
Like, dog, like, I mean, I don't know, that whole me thing.
And I guess that goes with, I guess what I want, when we were talking about earlier, how, like, do you feel like, I feel like now rap, like, well, I guess the audience in rap now doesn't really give a fuck about just being real shit.
Oh, no, not
or being a real nigga.
Let's say something real quick, dog. Back in, like...
And y'all probably have a better, I guess, perspective of this than I do, more or less.
I would say, like, a couple years back, right? First of all, right, like, back... I don't even know when. Back in, like, probably like 05, 04, 03 and shit, right? I don't think Drake would have been hot. I think if Drake would have came out back then...
Yeah,
nobody would have been rock with him.
I know for damn. If I know for sure, if like 60% of the guys that were out now came out in like 05, people wouldn't be rocking.
Not only that, right? But if the whole beef, let's just say he did come out, right, and he would have been popping, whatever, right, and they would have dropped their tracks, right, Meek and Drake, right. I feel like Meek, more people would have fucked with Meek first back then, you know what I'm saying? Because it would have been more of some like, oh shit, he going on him, some real shit.
But see,
and that kind of goes to your point where it's like that shit don't matter no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because here's the thing. People want now.
Exactly.
People want now. And when this whole shit happened, I don't know if you guys knew about this, but like I'm sure you probably heard about it when Drake had that one concert, what he calls his OVO Fest in Canada, how he kept flaming his ass.
Yeah. Had that slideshow.
Yeah, the whole slideshow
of all the memes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you can argue that I guess the whole social media factors in on this. Of course,
that is true because Drake wouldn't have been able to drag Meek like he did if he didn't have that from everyone else online.
And here's the thing. What was Jay-Z's song for Nas? Was it Takeover?
Takeover.
Yeah. Now. I don't quote me on this, but I think Ether came out 6 months after.
Yeah, afterwards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was months. Yeah,
but again, it was like they just didn't pump out and shit like that.
And that's what I'm about to say. Man, Meek Mill took like a week to respond, and niggas was already conning him for saying he took too long.
Of course.
Fucking Nas took 6 months. So it's kind of like to go on what you're saying.
Yeah, but that was almost
that was
15
like
years ago.
That's what I'm saying. So I agree with you on that. Where if that
would have happened like back then, Meek would have fried him, and that would have been it. Like nobody would have been rocking with Drake. He would have just got dogged.
Yeah, because in the '90s, I don't see Drake being.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. His type of music wouldn't have been rocking back then
at all. Because there was no one doing that type of shit back then, like at all.
And even the whole, as far as going back to, I guess, the whole being real shit, like the whole, I'm sure you guys have heard of the whole Meek Mill 50 Cent little diss going on, beef going on, whatever. A lot of like, I guess Meek's people, his whole camp, they've been putting up pictures of 50 Cent like in a courtroom and saying that he was a snitch and pretty much taking pictures with the guy who pretty much.
He sued Rick Ross or something because
pretty much saying, you're taking a picture with a snitch. It don't matter if he's did this to enemy, he's still a snitch. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because even when people put pictures like that up, everybody's still putting the little shit emoji on their pictures.
But you know what? You know why that is though, right? Because 50 Cent, like he kind of made it into a game.
Yeah, he's like a troll.
Yeah, he's the
he's the king troll.
Yeah, he's the ultimate troll.
Yeah, that's safe to say. 50 Cent is the ultimate king troll. And I feel like, see, this is the thing. People don't give a fuck. I feel like people just want to be entertained.
Of course.
Whoever is entertaining them the most, I feel like it's going to win.
I guess it's kind of like watching a movie, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, yeah, this is all acted out. And these all actors.
We live in a world right now where everything is between 10 and 15-second bites of everyone trying to be funny. And if you can be funny in that 15 seconds.
Fine.
Yeah, like, if you can be funny in that 15 seconds, then everyone's going to be like, oh, shit, this is the funniest. It's going to be like they used to be watching fucking the Kings of Comedy back in the day. You watch a 90-minute movie, and then, that shit is fucking hilarious. And now you get the same hilarious experience in a couple of 15-second fucking memes.
I'm telling you, I always say this shit. I feel like social media is I guess internet. Well, I guess a combination of both is one of the biggest innovations, probably the biggest innovation to humanity since the fucking wheel. I feel, because think about yes.
Do you know how much stuff is controlled through the internet?
Yeah.
The lights that come on outside at night, the lights, the street lights, the banking systems, all your information for your medical shit.
I know you watch South Park. Do you watch South Park at all?
Every now and then, yeah.
I don't know if you watched this episode where the internet went away.
Oh yeah.
So literally, it was fucking chaos. Like there was no. It's like, let's say right now, if the internet just stopped working completely everywhere, there was no Wi-Fi, no 3G on whatever the fuck. You had dog, like let's be real, dog.
It would suck. But I think I'll live.
No, but I don't.
People would freak out. Yo.
You might be alright. Yeah.
My niece.
Think about everything that's controlled, like you were saying, by the internet.
Yeah, like shit. My niece, we lost the internet for like half a day for some reason, and my niece like flipped to shit. Like it was like she was about to fucking have a heart attack if we didn't have the internet.
Think about you're at home, it's your day off, you want to play some fucking Call of Duty all day.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be blown.
And then the internet just shuts off.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
blown. What are you gonna do? And now, especially now with all the systems now.
Yeah, everything is run through the fucking
dog. But then I'll go play basketball or something. I don't know, dog. You know what I mean? But it's like I'll be good, dog. Like
but that's because you grew up in a fucking time frame where we didn't fucking have.
I was about to say that shit.
And you had to go out and have.
I was like 14, dog.
Shit, I didn't have a computer until I was like 16. Like we got the internet like my senior year of high school, dog. Like we had it. Right. It's like
and to be fair, I guess I've been exposed to the internet since I was fucking in like 3rd grade or 4th grade.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like it's always been there. So it's like, I guess for somebody like me or my age to really be without the internet, it's kind of like, nigga, give me that shit back.
Yeah. And the internet has changed, because I remember when they first started messing around on the internet, I was in middle school, and we would go to the computer lab, and I don't remember being able to really do shit on the internet except going off and printing off fucking Dragon Ball Z pictures and putting them in a notebook and shit.
Right.
But I mean, like, there's so much shit is different now.
All I know is that when I was in high school, everybody was going on Rotten.com, and that's what I thought the internet was, dog.
I remember Rotten.com.
Me too. All about that shit. I feel like that shit scarred me for like desensitized the fuck out of me.
Oh yeah. Oh, the internet in general.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like it's crazy because like all these like, let's say live feed videos of niggas getting their heads cut off in the Middle East and shit like that. Like I feel like there's some people who can't watch that shit. And I guess for me, I was like, God, I was watching shit on Rotten.com when I was like fucking 7.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I've seen the motherfucking Mexican cartel fucking chop heads off and just chop body parts up and hit them with the saws.
While you eating the sandwich?
Yeah, I've seen video clips of fucking ISIS drowning people with cameras underwater and shit. Some ill shit that people are like, how do you watch that shit? I'm like, I don't even know.
They had like 4 GoPros in there, like and I'm like, God,
just drop these niggas. Like, yo, there was some serious shit. But anyway, let's not even get into that. It could be a whole other fucking video on its own.
But that all goes back to the whole how much social media really controls just music and media in general.
Social media can tells like 90% of the population what to think and what to feel at that time through a fucking hashtag.
Yeah.
So like it's fucking crazy the type of shit that the internet, especially shit like Twitter and Facebook, can do. I mean, a perfect example is that fucking thing that was going across Facebook about a week ago, where it was talking about, there's X amount of billions of dollars for this in the United States, treasury or whatever, if you just did whatever math equation they came up with. That means everyone in America could have $4.3 billion, and it was like, no, everyone in America could have $4 and like 30 some cents. I was just like, yeah, everybody was all down for that shit until y'all niggas actually sat around and did the math, and then y'all niggas.
You know what's funny? Swiss Beats actually posted that shit up.
Yeah,
it looked like a fucking retard.
Yep. So,
hey, but Swiss Beats got a bad girl.
You know what, Swiss?
He can take L's every now and then.
Yeah, I guess if you got Alicia Keys on.
Alicia Keys, I'll take L's.
I've never really been a big fan of his beats, to be honest with y'all.
I mean, his shit was cool with some of the Rough Rider shit, but I'm like you. I've never really been enamored with him completely.
I like Swiss Beats.
I feel like, especially now, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I probably like if Swiss Beats is on an album, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, most Swiss Beats that I hear on albums nowadays, I usually skip. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like for example, like a lot of obviously, if Jada or Styles releases a mixtape, he's obviously gonna be on.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, most songs that he makes the beats, I usually don't like because I just don't like his sound that much. But yeah.
I mean, I'm like I said, I'm with you. I mean, he's got quite a few bangers, but I mean, he's not like the first producer that I'm gonna go look for.
Not even a little bit.
Listen to their beats.
I could think of at least 5 producers off the top of my head that I'd rather listen to. That's just my opinion.
True.
So, is there anything else that we wanted to bring up today?
Good.
Are we good?
Yeah, I think we're alright, man. You know, we're gonna keep
first time going for it through the real one.
Yeah. Just let us know what y'all think, man. You know.
Yeah, give us some feedback. You know, we always look forward to that. You know, hit us up on the
One Hit Combo page.
At One Hit Combo on Instagram. I think we're working on a Twitter.
Okay.
One Hit Combo on Facebook. And that's it. Just like, share, subscribe with your friends.
Keep an eye out for the next review video coming out.
Definitely.
Should be coming out in the next week or so, I'd say.
Yep.
So
and anything else One Hit Combo, hit us up on the what do you call it, YouTube at One Hit Combo will be the first thing that pops up because we up there like that now.
Yeah, now it's not an Asian guy singing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was an Asian guy singing before.
Yeah, what you mean?
No, literally, like when you type in One Hit Combo on YouTube, it was like this bunch of videos of this Asian cat singing songs, and then it would be us like halfway down the page.
So we jacked him for his name?
I don't know, but like, hey, we up there and we on our own shit.
So now when you look at
hey, if y'all go to the Asian guy's page, make sure y'all dislike his shit.
Or say Cooper, Chris, and Elvis sent me here. So.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. But again, on behalf of the entire One Hit Combo crew, I'm Koopa here with Elvis and Chris, and we're out this piece.
One.